Okay, for today, we're going to take what we learned yesterday and what we learned in topic 8 and what we learned in when we were putting rational numbers on number lines. And it's all going to come together, but we're going to add some polygons to it. Okay, so we're going to add some shapes. Y entonces por hoy nosotros vamos a revisar todas de las cosas que nosotros estamos haciendo en las otras partes, como 8, como ayer, y cosas como esto, pero vamos a incluir formas como polígonos y cosas como este hoy. We're going to go ahead and we're going to use the coordinate plane. Vamos a usar el plano cartesiano hoy. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead, if you don't already have it open, please open your book to 9.5, the launch. Es importante que tú tienes tu libro, necesitas abrir tu libro a 9.5. We're going to be talking about polygons in the coordinate plane. Hablaremos sobre polígonos en el plano cartesiano. So the first question, let's go ahead and look at it. It says a park worker has to use 22 feet. So she has to use all 22 feet of board to make a square sandbox. Okay, so she needs to use 22 feet to make a square box. Okay, y entonces un trabajador del parque necesita usar 22 pies de madera y ella tiene que, él o ella, tiene que hacer un caja. Okay? She tries and tries, but all she can come up with is this plan. Ella está tratando, pero este es la único plan que ella puede hacer. So it says, tell what she got wrong and what is right. Okay, what did she do well and what didn't she do well in? Okay, qué es bien sobre qué su trabajo y qué no está bien. Okay, then show a plan that does work. Try and give coordinates for your plan. Okay, so she has 22 feet and she has to make a square. Okay, so let's go ahead and start first with seeing if she used all of the wood. Okay, la primera cosa que nosotros vamos a hacer es vamos a buscar si ella está usando todo de la madera. Okay, so right here I have the distances, they're going up by ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. La distancia es 5. The distance is 5. Over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6. The distance is 6. La distancia es 6. Because this is a rectangle, this side is going to match, okay? Porque este es un rectángulo, este lado es el mismo del otro lado. And this one is 5. So if I add those up to find this, yo necesito sumarlo. I need to add them. I have 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 5, plus 5. Okay? 6 más 6 es 12. 5 más 5 es 10. So she used 12 plus 10 is 22. So something she did right or well or good is she usó all the wood. Usó todo de la madera. She used all of the wood. Remember that you can pause. Recuerdas que tú puedes pausar cuando tú estás escribiendo. When you are writing, you can pause. So it is really important to remember that they wanted something good and they wanted something not good. Okay, so what was not good or mal? Okay, or bad about what she did? Well, let's look. She used all 22. Ella usó todo de la madera, but they wanted a square, okay? Pero ella no tiene un cuadrado. She doesn't have a square. This is a rectangle. Este es un rectángulo. No es un cuadrado. It's not a square. So that's something not a square. No es un cuadrado. Okay? So, ese es un C. So it's not a square. So how could she make it a square? Well, she would have to go in the middle. Okay? Ella necesita buscar por un número en el medio. So if she had done 5.5 by 5.5 by 5.5 by 5.5, she would have a square. Si ella tiene 5.5, 5.5 o 5.5, 5.5, 5.5 por todos los lados, ella va a tener un cuadrado. So in this case, she shouldn't have used integers. She should have looked for a different rational number. En este caso, ella está usando números enteros, pero ella necesita usar un otro tipo de número racional. So she should have used one with decimals. Ella necesita usar decimales. So for today, we are going to practice what polygons are and what are the names of different shapes. And then we are going to put them on a coordinated plane. Okay? Thank you. So, y entonces por hoy vamos a hablar sobre diferentes tipos de polígonos y vamos a hablar sobre las formas y entonces vamos a poner estos a un plano cartesiano. Okay? So let's go ahead and start right away. So I have, these are polygons. So on the next page, en esta página, nosotros vamos a buscar polígonos. So on this page, we're going to look at polygons. So these ones are polygons. Estos son polígonos. These are not polygons. No hay polígonos. Okay? Este es un cognado. This is a cognate. Siento, hay un acento. And so when we are writing, make sure that you are including the cognates, okay? This is an I. This is an E, okay? Polígono, no polígonos. Okay, so you need to look at these. Go ahead and write what you think might be a reason that these are polygons and these are not polygons, okay? So you're going to write that in the box, okay? Tú necesitas buscar a los diferentes tipos de polígonos y las formas que no son polígonos. Y en la caja necesitas escribir por qué estos son polígonos y estos no son polígonos. Okay, so go ahead and answer, put your answer in the box. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at what has to be true for something to be considered a polygon. Okay, so we're going to put some answers over here. Okay, and I want you to jot those in. The first thing, let's see how you did. It has to be closed. So it has lines and it's closed. The shape is closed. Está cerrado. Cerrada, porque es forma. The shape is closed. So do you see right here? That's not closed. Este no está cerrado. So that one is not a polygon. Okay? The sides have to be lines, okay? So the sides equal straight lines, okay? Lados son rectas, okay? So you see here, those are not straight lines. Estos no tienen lados rectas, okay? Also, they have to come to a point where two sides come together and make a vertice or a vertex, and then vertices is more than one. Okay? Y entonces los lados son rectas y la unión de los dos lados forma un vértice. Okay? Y vértice, lo siento, vértice es un cognado y es como vértice. Y es muy similar con un acento. Okay. Also, they can't like intersect. Okay, they can't cross like this. So they can't cross. Okay, so see how these, the 2 points, they never cross. They can't do this. Okay, so that's the first thing. So we want to make sure that we know what a polygon is. Okay, so now we're going to look at the names of polygons by the number of sides. And I'm just curious, how much do you remember about polygons? How do you feel about your understanding of these? ¿Cómo sientas sobre estas cosas aquí? Siente como, oh, yo entiendo estos, or yo no puedo recordar. Okay, I want 1 through 10. 1, I don't remember anything. 1, yo no recuerdo nada sobre polígonos. 10, I remember them really well. 10, yo recuerdo muchas cosas sobre polígonos. Can you write your number in the box? ¿Puedes escribir tu número en la caja, por favor? Okay, so if we have 3 sides, it's a triangle. If it has 4 sides, it's a quadrilateral. 5 sides, it's a pentagon. 6 sides, it's a hexagon. 7, heptagon. 8, octagon. 9, nonagon. 10, decagon. That's what we're going to mainly focus on. Okay, in Spanish, that you're going to notice that they are cognates. Okay, so they're very similar to the names in Spanish and in English. Okay, so los números de los polígonos son muy similar a las palabras en inglés. Triangle, triángulo. Quadrilateral, quadrilateral. Pentagon, pentagono. Hexagon, hexagono. Heptagon, heptagono. Octagon, octagono. Este es un poco diferente. This is a little different. So we've got nonagon, enneagono. Este es un poco difícil for me. This one's a little hard for me. Y decagon, decagono. Okay? So they're very, very similar. And that's because when we break up the word, tri means 3. Okay? They're very, estas palabras son muy similar. Y este es porque triángulo, triangle, significa 3. Quad, quad es igual a 4, is equal to 4. Penta, penta is equal to 5, is equal to 5. Okay? Hex, hex is equal to 6 sides. Okay? So sides, lados. So when we look at these, I'm going to expect that you can name them, but you can use this as a resource. You might want to pause the video and write these words in. You can either write them like I have them here, or you could write it like this. Okay? So probablemente quieres pausar el video y tú puedes escribir las palabras en español también y tú puedes escribir como en un rectángulo como esto o tú puedes escribir las palabras abajo de las otras palabras. Okay, now let's talk about quadrilaterals. Okay, when we talk about quadrilaterals, we're not going to spend a lot of time on them right now. We're going to hit those a little bit later, but I want you to have kind of the basic quadrilaterals for now. Okay, so ahora tú vas a tener este gráfico. Y entonces no vamos a gastar muchos tiempos en este ahora porque estudiaremos este más en el futuro. Pero yo quiero todas de las formas en esta sección en caso de que tú necesites usarlo. Okay, but I want you to have them in case you need to use them. So remember that you can keep looking back at this page to help you with their names. Recuerdas que tú puedes buscar esta página durante esa lección y durante la tarea si tú necesitas escribir un nombre por unos de estas diferentes formas, ¿ok? Lo siento. So let's go ahead and now we're going to continue with putting them onto a coordinate plane. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to take what we did yesterday and we're just going to name polygons, okay? Haríamos que vamos a dibujar puntos a un plano cartesiano y entonces es muy similar a ayer, pero vamos a escribir el nombre del polígono, okay? But we're going to write the name of the polygon. So go ahead. On yours, can you please go ahead and put the points on the graph or on the coordinate plane, and then can you try and name the polygon? Remember, you can look at the other page. Okay, ahora tú necesitas poner los puntos al plano cartesiano, similar a ayer. Y entonces tú necesitas decir, yo pienso que el nombre de del polígono es, y recuerdas que tú puedes buscar a esta página porque este puede ayudarte. Okay, tú puedes escribir en inglés o en español. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video. Find what you think the point is, and you're going to write your answer in the box. Okay. Y entonces ahora tú vas a poner los puntos al plano cartesiano y necesitas escribir el nombre del polígono en la caja. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and see how you did. So I'll move these off. So it says draw a polygon with vertices. So I see A is -2.5. These are each going up by 1. So I have -1, -3. So -2.5, I'm going to go to the left, va a mover a la izquierda, and that would be right here. Then I'm going to go up, arriba, 1.5. Es aquí. Okay? That's A. Este es A. Lo siento. Este es un poco difícil a mi computadora. B is 2. And 2.5. Okay, so I go to the right, derecho, dos veces y arriba, 2.5. That's B. C is 3.5, -1. So to the right, derecho, 3.5, 3.5, and abajo, -1 is aquí. 0, -3. So I'm not going anywhere to the right or the left. Okay, I'm simply staying on 0 and I go down 3. About -3. And then I have E is -3, 3 a la izquierda, bajo -1.5, and down 1.5. Is that right? Okay. Now, kind of lost my B. Okay. So now I'm going to connect them. So I have there, 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 and there. So I'm going to count my sides. Okay, ahora yo voy a contar mis lados. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. So I've set 5 sides. Tengo 5 lados. So I'm going to look on this page, and I have 5 sides. 5 sides, 5 lados. So I'm looking for a pentagon. So the correct answer was a pentagon. And in Español, pentágono. Okay, so it's really similar. It has an O and it has an accent on the A. Okay, es muy similar. Tienes un O al final de la palabra y un acento en la A. So which order? Let's go ahead and try this one. So now I just simply want you to look at this one that I made, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides again. Okay, este tiene 5 lados otra vez, y entonces este es un pentágono otra vez. This is a pentagon again. And I'm looking for which ordered pair or pairs name the coordinates of one of the a vertex, okay? Un vértice. Como esto es un vértice. Vértice, vértice, vertex, vertex, vertex. Okay, so you're going to try out these points. Necesitas tratar estos puntos, and you need to decide which of these is true. Okay, only es solamente. Okay, so I want to know which of these, cuál de esos es verdadero. Okay, only significa solamente. Y entonces A es igual a uno solamente. B is dos solamente. Okay, so A would be like one only. 2B would be like number 2 only. So why don't you go ahead, take a minute, decide which ones you think are vertices, and then write your answer in the box. Okay, necesitas decidir cuál de estos son vértices, y entonces necesitas escribir tu respuesta en la caja. Okay, now let's go ahead and look. So I'm going to just check. 2, 2, 2, 2. 2 to the right, 2 a la derecha, y entonces 2 arriba, 2 up. That would be B, so that one's okay. Now I'm going to look at negative 2, negativo 2, y negativo 2. Recuerdas que necesitas mover a la derecha o a la izquierda primero y arriba y debajo segundo. Remember, you need to go right and left first, and then up and down second. So there I see D, so that one's okay. Yo tengo D, negativo 2, negativo 2. Now I have 1, uno a la derecha, 1 to the right, and 2.5 up, 1, 2 y media. Y entonces A es allá. Okay, so A is there. So the answer was 1, 2, and 3. How'd you do? Okay, right now we're just kind of plotting points and finding whether there's something there or not, some type of polygon there. Okay, so let's go ahead and right now rate yourself. How do you feel so far on a 1 to 10? Okay, necesitas escribir que, ¿cómo estás haciendo? 1 hasta 10. 1 between 1 and 10. Okay, go ahead and rate yourself. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing we did in chapter 8. Now we're just going to find distance. Okay, este es muy similar a capítulo 8, y necesitas encontrar la distancia entre dos puntos. You need to find the distance between 2 points. Now in this section, I am going to show you how they came up with the numbers, but I'm also going to show you the way with counting. Okay, so it says first, find the length of segment AC. Well, here's A and here's C. The points are -3 and 3, 1/2, 1/2. These are the same. Estos son lo mismo. So I just need to look at 3 and -3. Remember, distance is never negative. Recuerdas, distancia no es negativa. Y entonces yo voy a encontrar el valor absoluto. I'm going to find the absolute value, and I get this. These are different. Estos hay diferente, porque este es negativo y este es positivo. Remember, these are different. This one's negative, this one's positive. And whenever they're different, I add them. If they were both negative, I'm going to subtract. If they were both positive, I'm going to subtract. If one's negative and one's positive, I'm going to add them. So my answer is 6. I could also count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yo puedo contar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I would also get 6. Now, let's go ahead and look at BC. You're going to see that this one's slightly different. So I have, my points are 3, 4.5 for BC, and 3, 1.5, right? 3 and 3 are the same. 3 y 3 son mismos, pero yo tengo este y esto. Estos son diferentes. These are different. So I'm going to put 4.5 absolute value and 1.5 absolute value. 4.5 will stay the same. 1.5 will stay the same because they're already positive. Positive, positive. Los dos números son positivo. Y recuerdas, positivo, positivo is, yo voy a quitarlos. Okay, positive, positive, I'm going to subtract them. So 4.5 minus 1.5. Oh, I'm sorry, I wrote 1.5, and it's 1/2. Lo siento. Este es solamente un medio. No, es 1 y 1 medio. So 4.5 minus 1/2 equals 4. I can also count, but this is a little harder. Yo puedo contar también, pero este es un poco más difícil. I have 1, tengo 2, 3. So I have 3 full ones. Yo tengo 3 cuadrados llenos. But then I have a half, tengo un medio y un otro medio. So 3 plus half and half equals 1. 3 más 1 y 1. So este es igual a 4. Okay, so you can use either way. Go ahead and try this one for me. This idea of distance is probably going to be one of the harder parts of this lesson. Remember that you can count, or you can use your notes. You can use what I wrote up there, but I'm going to do this one here in a minute. Or you can look back at chapter 8. Okay, y entonces pienso que este es probablemente la más difícil parte de esta lección. Excepto recuerdas que tú puedes usar tus notas y tú puedes contar o tú puedes usar el algoritmo como en esta parte de aquí, o tú puedes buscar tus notas por capítulo 8, okay? So let's go ahead and you're going to find AB and you're going to find CD. So I would like to see AB equals CD equals. Okay, so when the box comes up, you're going to write AB equals and CD equals. Okay, y entonces cuando tú tienes la caja, tú vas a escribir AB es igual a y CD es igual a. Okay, so you need to take a couple minutes, figure out what they equal. You can either add or you can use the algorithm. Okay, so necesitas tomar como 2, 3, 5, 6, algo como estos minutos, y entonces tú necesitas usar el algoritmo o tú puedes contar, ¿ok? Pero necesitas poner tu respuesta en la caja. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to show both ways so that you know both ways. I'm going to start with AB. So AB, I'm going to count first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 y un medio. So that was 5.5. Now I'm going to do CD. This is like half. And this one's half. And I have 2 holes. Este es un medio y este es un medio. Yo tengo 2 cuadrados llenos. 1, 2, 1, 2. 2 plus half equals 3. 2 más medio y medio is equal a 3. That's if I want to count. Now let's go ahead and try the other way. Well, in this case, en este caso, este es negativo 1 y 3.5, 3 y medio. And this one is 4 and 3.5. This is the same, estos son mismos, as this one. Now I have, I'm sorry, this is negative 1.5. Sorry, este es negativo 1 y medio. Okay, so now I have negative 1.5 and I have 4. Y ahora yo tengo negativo 1 y media y 4. Y porque distancia no es negativa, yo necesito encontrar el valor absoluto. Because distance isn't negative, I need to find the absolute value. So I have this. Okay, I have a negative, tengo un negativo, and a positive y un positivo. Porque estos son diferentes, because these are different, I'm going to add them. Yo voy a sumarlos. Y entonces yo tengo 5 y un medio. Okay? Now let's try the other one. I have D, which is 1/2 and negative 2. And C looks like 1, 2, 3.5, negative 2. These are the same. Estos son mismos. So I have 3.5 and 1/2. That would simply be 1/2 and 3.5. Sorry, I ran out of room. Sorry, yo no tengo más espacio. This is positive, este es positivo, and this is positive, este es positivo, so they're both positive. So I have positive, positive, so I'm going to subtract, but I'm going to flip them because I don't want them to be negative, and I have this. 3.5 minus 1/2 equals 3. Okay, what do you think? Okay, so this is distance. Remember how I said like math continues to build on itself? So as a result, it's really important you understood the last section with distance. You might have to watch that section that I just did a couple times. Es posible que tú necesitas revisar esta sección como 2 veces. Necesitas mirar esto otra vez y este está bien. Okay? Go ahead and tell me, how do you feel? Okay? Ahora necesitas escribir 1 a 10. Okay? Now, go ahead and try the got it. And then write what you think the answer for BC is. Okay, so right now you're trying to find BC. Ahora necesitas encontrar la distancia por BC. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and check it. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Okay, so I just counted 1, 2, 3, 4 y un medio, 4.5. Or I have 2.5 and negative 2. So I had B was 2.5, 2.5, and C was 2.5, negative 2. This is the same. So 2.5 and negative 2, 2, 2.5. One is positive, one is negative, so that would be is adding. So that gives me 4.5. Okay? Yeah? What do you think? All right. Now this last little part is you're just going to draw a little picture of, I'm not going to worry about the got it on this one. I simply want you to practice kind of plotting the points. So go ahead and plot these points. And in the box this time, I want you to tell me how well you are doing with understanding how to put the points on the graph. Okay, so you're not going to draw the graph and put it in the box. You're just going to tell me how you feel about putting the points. You try putting the points on the graph, and then the box will pop up, and I want you to tell me how you felt about putting those on. Okay, ahora tú vas a poner todos de los puntos al plano cartesiano, y yo quiero saber cómo mucho tú entiendes esta parte, porque nosotros no vamos a usar el segundo parte de parte 3. Yo quiero saber si tú puedes poner los puntos, y si tú puedes conectar los puntos, y si tú piensas que este es fácil, difícil o más o menos, okay? So, sorry, once you finish your points, go ahead and tell me how you felt about it, or write what you thought, okay? Y entonces, cuando termine todos de los puntos, necesitas escribir en la caja que tú piensas sobre esta parte, okay? So go ahead, put your points in, and then you're going to answer in the box. Okay, so let's see how you did. A, negative 8.5, 8.5. So you should have had a point up here. B, negative 8.5 again, 0. So that's on the line, porque es 0 arriba y debajo. C, I'm not going to the left or the right. Yo no voy a ir a la derecha o a la izquierda porque es 0. But I'm going to go down, negative 8.5. Ooh, that's more like 9. Negative 8.5. That's C. And then D is 8.5, 0. And E is 8.5, 8.5. Now I'm going to connect. I'm going to make my little diamond. Y ahora yo voy a conectarlos. Okay? How do you feel? What do you think? Okay? You're going to go ahead and do one more final rating, and then I want you to try the homework and do the best you can. Tomorrow we're going to review review everything that we've covered in chapter 9. Okay, y entonces tú vas a escribir qué piensas entre 1 a la 10, y entonces necesitas tratar la tarea, y entonces mañana revisaremos todos de los actividades y cosas como este por capítulo 9. Okay, so take your time. Make sure you've watched this whole video. If you need to watch a part again, you can. Recuerdas que tú necesitas mirar esto en total, y si tú necesitas revisar el video otra vez, está bien, pero yo quiero saber qué tú piensas sobre esta actividad hoy. I want to know how you did on this activity today. 1 through 10. Okay, buena suerte a la tarea. Good luck on the homework. Do your best. Tú puedes hacer la más que tú puedes.